All right, thank you, Walter. That's no problem at all. I don't mind doing it. I'm happy to do so. I am recording this for my channel as well. Uh, there's a little bit of a hum in the background. I'm going to play with my microphone here just to see if I can make that go away. But you're right, it's beautiful Friday. If you like today, you're going to love tomorrow. It's going to be just the same. Bear with me also a little bit as I'm still nursing this cold and my voice is kind of not what it could be. Okay, for Irma, it looks like we really have dodged a big bullet here. I think we can confidently say that most of the impacts are going to go well off to our west, but I still believe we're in for a medium to moderate impact event. Clouds will increase Sunday, expect rain bands to move in Sunday night, and intermittent rain will become more steady overnight Sunday through midday Monday. Rain will gradually become more intermittent later and taper off by Tuesday. There's also a low-end tornado risk for Monday, and again, conditions will improve Tuesday throughout the day. The official track, as of the 5 p.m. update, and I realize they just came out with an 8 o'clock update, but I haven't had a chance to look at it, but the official track hasn't really changed much now in about 24 hours. Has Hurricane Irma making landfall at the Florida Keys as a Category 4 storm, just devastating that area with a 10-foot storm surge, flooding rainfall, and again Category 4 winds. The center of the storm will move northwest over the western half of the peninsula of Florida, but Florida as a whole, the entire state, is going to be hit by hurricane force winds and just a dramatic storm. As far as us, again, Irma's a big storm, and the rain shield will be very expansive, especially as she begins to lose the tropical characteristics. That rain shield will tend to fan out a little bit, and that's why we're going to see quite a bit of rain here too. Let me break. You've heard a lot about weather models, I'm sure, if you've been following the news and everything. The model guidance, what we look at, has really come into a very good agreement with the storm moving up the western side of Florida to a position somewhere northwest of Atlanta, maybe into Tennessee, and then very quickly falling apart, becoming a remnant low. Whatever moisture's left over is going to get absorbed into a cold front. It scoots across North Carolina during the day Wednesday without much fanfare, and she's just a memory. Storm rainfall for Florida, we're looking at anywhere between 10 and 20 inches of rain, but for us, not so bad. Generally 1.5 to 2 inches for Clinton, Fayetteville, Rayford, E-Town, 2 to 3 inches for Rockingham, Laurinburg, Lumberton, Bladenboro, Whiteville, as well as Cheraw, Bennettsville, Marion, Dillon, and Loris. And then as you go further south and west towards the center, 3 to 5 inches, and maybe even more than that. But again, these are average values, so what one person in Lumberton gets may differ quite a bit, actually, from what someone else in Lumberton gets. Let me drop. So my assessment of all this, the timing of the threat, looking at around midnight to after midnight, Sunday night through midnight, Monday night. Again, the heavy rain at times. It could lead to some low-lying and poor drainage flooding. It's a little too early to call whether or not we'll be looking at any flash flooding. I doubt it. But some areas of Scotland, Hoke, and Robeson County I saw have had over 150% of normal rainfall, so the ground's pretty saturated in those areas. It won't take a lot of rain to instigate flooding. As far as winds, high winds, there'll be some high winds Saturday along the beaches, not really directly related to Irma, but related more to a pressure gradient between Irma and high pressure well off to the north. I believe we'll be seeing low-end tropical storm force winds in our area. The highest winds, of course, west of 95 and into South Carolina, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some wind gusts 40, 50 miles per hour, which could bring down, any decaying or dying trees, maybe some power lines. Tornado threat is low, but not zero. As you get these rain bands that spin in off the ocean, they pick up a lot of friction, and they can spin up these short-lived, weak tornadoes that sometimes aren't even visible on radar. until the storm actually makes the northerly turn, this is all still trusting the computer guidance and the models. And as soon as the storm kind of works its way to the southwestern edge of a very large ridge of high pressure over the Atlantic, that's when it will make that turn. And then once it makes that turn, it's pretty much locked and set at that point. But overall impacts for this repeater's coverage area in southeast North Carolina, not too bad. It could be a lot worse, and I think we've dodged a big bullet. So that's it for me. I'll turn it back over to Net Control. This is KK4CSR. Back to you, Walter.
Roger, Chris. Yeah, thank you very much for update. Yeah, I monitor myself.